Third video of 1 and 2. So we're going to continue with the Santa Claus is a Biker story. This is part 3. Let's continue. A short while later, Ralph was sitting at a table in the employer's rest area, which was one of the small level toy department, and bit into a sandwich Renee had prepared for him. Once again, he caught a sight of a small girl who had earlier been eyeing the large stuffed dino. In the toy section, she approached warily and stood feet away, unsure herself. Turning away, her big Ralph spoke quietly. "Did you want something, kid?" The child appeared, gathering her courage. At last, she blurted out, "You ain't really Santa. You ain't really Santa." The big biker taken aback, her accusing. "What? You mean to tell me you don't believe I'm the real Santa Claus?" You ain't. I know you ain't," she accused loudly. "Come over here," ordered the biker. Squaring her young shoulders, the girl approached him very cautiously. Ralph waited until she reached where she was sitting and spoke again. "Now, then," he said, "where did you get this idea from? I know you ain't the real Santa, 'cause I seen him come to the store morning as he was riding on a motorcycle. This real Santa Claus rides a sleigh, not a motorcycle." In spite of himself, the big biker smiled. "Oh yeah? Well, that just goes to show you know what you know about Santa Claus. That a bike out of this is also called a sled." "Don't lie to me again!" screamed the girl with the angel eyes. Ralph peered at intently. "Again? What do you mean, lie to you again? You know, you lied to me last year when you told me that if I was good, I would bring me a big dinosaur, and I was good, but you didn't get me the dinosaur." The mirrors was rushing again on the biker. "Whoa, kid, hold on a minute. I'm not the Santa that was here last year." "Ha, you ain't Santa at all." "Oh yeah? Yeah," repeated the youngster. "You're just a biker. Anybody knows the bikers ain't Santa." "Sit down," ordered the scooter tramp. In order to carry so much anger at the little girl, some of the courage she quickly sank into the seat next to Ralph. He shoved the sandwich in front of her. "You hungry?" he asked her. She failed to answer, and Tramp pulled out the small bag of potato chips, and tearing them open the bag, he pushed it over to next to the sandwich. This walked into the row of vending machines, and lying on the wall returned a container of chocolate milk. "Eat," he commanded her. The girl began eating slowly at first, then faster. "What's your name?" The child swallowed hard and answered, "Angel." "Angel, huh?" said Big Ralph. Said Big Ralph. Well now, Angel, I'm going to tell you a story. First of all, you were half right. I ain't this real Santa Claus. I sure in the hell ain't one who promised you the dinosaur out there. For another thing, the damn stuffed animal ain't for sale. It's a mascot, sort of a gimmick. Kids all like to see it, and then they drag their parents off to the toy department, and the parents is up to buy something. The damn store makes a bunch of money off it on the words damned rip off. Understand that?" Angel stopped eating and started staring intently at him. "Okay," he went on. "I think you do understand that part. Now then, about bikers not being a Santa Claus, the part of is right. The part is really wrong." "You mean you really are a Santa Claus?" she asked, wide-eyed. "That's right, Angel. You see, it's a long story about I'd like to tell but I figure your mother might be worried about where you went off to, and she's probably looking for you right now." And the small girl dropped her head and began staring into her lap. "No, she's not. My mommy's dead. She got real sick and she died a long time ago." "Yeah, well, where do you live? Who brought you down here?" "Nobody brought me down here. I live in a children's center, but up the street I snuck off and came down here. Once again, the small past loomed in Ralph's memory. Children's Sheltland Children's Home, half a block up the street from the White Store. A large ivy-covered building and houses for hundreds unfortunate home of a lonely and forgotten, but big kids, little kids, too many kids to be alone. Their parents and loved them. Wearing handmade hand-me-downs, throwaways, discarded toys for discarded children. Renee crying on Christmas morning. Big Ralph trying to comfort her. He suddenly became aware again of the little girl's voice. "Would you tell me that story?" she said, asking. "Huh? Oh yeah." Biker began a biker being a real kind of Santa. As Angel watched and rubbed her forehead and massive hands struggling to hold on, this is where it's going to get interesting. Formulate the story. He'd been trapped into telling, okay, Angel, now here's the real story about the biker and Santa Claus. It goes like this. First off, you know that Santa rides on a sled, right? Sleigh, corrected the girl. Ralph stared at her intently. Who's telling the story, me or you? If I say it's a sled, it's a sled. Then it's a sled. Angel shrugged into her shoulders with an air of indifference. Took another bite of the sandwich. Now then, where was I? Oh yeah, the sled. The big biker waited to see if the child would react. She didn't. Went off with the story. Okay, so Santa is dripping. Don't street on his sled, and it's being pulled by the reindeer. Now, everybody knows that Santa gets into town. He can't fly from house to house to house because the damn houses are too close together. So he has to ride on the streets like everybody else. Really? Asked the child unbelievably. Would I lie to you? Ralph asked with a mock hurt in his voice. For a second, he was sure the child was about to say yes, but she apparently changed her mind and took another bite of the sandwich instead. Okay then, now Santa was putting down the main drag into town and was coming up the traffic light. He has been running a little behind schedule, and so he got careless and for a minute. That's when it happened. Some clown in a car came screaming through the red light, crashed right into the reindeer. Reindeer went flying everywhere. There was a Prancer and Dancer and Rudolph and all those reindeer laying over on the street. It was a mess. Big Ralph had risen from the table and was waving arms and fasting. People were stopping their cars and telling what did. And poor Rudolph, poor Rancher, laying there dying. All the time was clown from whose car was hitting them, yelling, "I didn't see the reindeer. I didn't see the reindeer." Tears flooded Angel's eyes. Was the hurt pretty bad? She asked the biker. Real bad, replied the biker. But it ain't the worst part. When the cops showed up to investigate, and the driver told them he didn't see the reindeer, they let him go. Well, everybody knows that Rudolph and Red-Nosed Reindeer has a shiny nose. Lights up in the night to guide the sled. Idiot convinced him that he didn't see the reindeer. What happened then? Asked the child in tear-choked voice. Well, the bikers was having a party in the clubhouse up the street for where the crash happened. When they heard the noise, he rushed over to see what happened. One of the bikers was a friend in the Air Force and recalled the guy and told him to bring a helicopter so he could take the reindeer to the reindeer's hospital. Up the heart. Everybody knows that reindeer hospital is up the North Pole, so the helicopter came in and loaded the injured reindeer and took off to the North Pole. Angel's tears had stopped. Okay, so after the Santa Claus that had all the toys to deliver, he didn't have any reindeer to do so. And people stopped their cars and was standing around asking what would he help to deliver all the toys. And they did, and shouted the little girl brightly. Ha! Like hell they did. You know what told old Santa? They told old Santa, she said, I'm sorry I'm too busy. I'm sorry gasoline costs too much. I'm on the way home from work, and lame excuses like that. The biker slapped on the table and palms of his hand. That's what those people did, and even the police said we can carry toys in the patrol car. We have the patrol car in our patrol cars. Sorry. What did Santa do? Asked the child. Well, it's really looked bad for Santa Claus. Looked in the kids what's gonna net for the kid. Then the bikers standing there said, "Hey, man, we could help you with those toys." All the bikers nodded his heads. Yeah, we'll help. And they did ask the child. Well, and wait a minute. Let me finish. Now the bikers were loading the toys up on the scoots when along comes a dude on the whips and badges and says, "Hey, off from the Department of Transportation. You can't load those toys on the motorcycles." You mean you wouldn't let them do it?" asked Angel. "That's right," replied the biker. Well, what did Santa do? Cool it, kid. I'm coming to that part. Yeah, people, we're gonna have to make a fourth video for this. I'm sorry, there's so much fucking everything in this. Anyway, see y'all in a minute. Bye.